What's up, everyone? BJJ Tech Nerd here. And today's podcast, The Road to Blue Belt. What now? Before we begin, let me just give a special shout out to the good people at X Marshall for providing me with such awesome gear that's going to last, and also you look really sexy in. At the same time, I want to say a special thank you to the good people again at Higher Healths Canada and USA for keeping me healthy. If you're into beef, organs, livers, all that good stuff, check them out. You'll see right here, somewhere around here, my special discount code BJJ Tech Nerd. That's one word, BJJ Tech Nerd. You can use them both for X Marshall and Higher Health Canada. So, the road to blue belt. I did it. What does that mean now? Well, I think now that I did them both, I think I should just quit, right? Okay, I'm joking. But hear me out. When I first started jiu-jitsu, I got destroyed. I went to a world that I had no idea. A new world of pain, fear, your worst nightmare, what you can think of. And I'm so proud of myself, not because I got the blue belt, but because I stuck with something. And I think it's very hard today for most people to have a goal and say they're going to do something. And you get this high dopamine level, you're going to be excited for a couple days, couple weeks, and then you just quit on anything, any project outside of jiu-jitsu. But I was happy, I was proud of myself because it was very hard. It's one of the hardest things I ever encountered in my life. For sure, it's in the top 5. I thought to myself, I'm pretty strong, and I can just use power and win, and that's all. The average person thought, you're strong, it's good enough. You can defend yourself, kind of thing. And man, there's so many bad days where I felt like quitting. I just fuck this shit, man. Why am I paying money to come to a place to be extremely covered in sweat, have sweat go down my eyes, freaking eat other people's sweat? Yeah, that shit happens. Get cut often, and might I say, I still get cut today because people have this disease of not cutting your nail vitis. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting. I always get scabs and cuts on. I got one nasty scar on my face. Well, scratch. Looked like I got attacked by a freaking cat. But yeah, it's the joys of jiu-jitsu. And all these things go through your head. And you're like, why the hell am I even doing this? And in the back of my mind, I was always telling myself, Marco, don't give up. Don't stop. You're going to get good at it eventually. And along the line, I was telling myself, I'll just be good when I get my blue belt. And I had this idea of just focusing on belts. So I can't get my blue belt. Oh, then I'll get the purple, and then I get the brown, and I'll be good. And I think keeping that mentality made my jiu-jitsu fucking suck, because the point is not about the belts. For me, it's not about the belts. And I know it's not freaking cliche. It's about the journey, but you know what? It really is. It's like you have to go through this hard experience to improve, to get better at something, right? You can't just walk in and be amazing at something. It's like you can't just become a doctor, right? You have to go to school and go through 3, 4, 5, 6 years of training, studying to be a doctor. You can't just be a black belt. You got to take 6, 7, 8 years of understanding the knowledge, and that's what it is. It's a journey, and you have to appreciate that journey. Now, I was saying I always wanted my blue belt, and that made my game a lot worse, and it did. Because when you start jiu-jitsu, the most important thing you should work on is the fundamentals, the basics. And there will be some words, people who don't do train jiu-jitsu will be like, what the hell is shrimping, bridging, all this stuff. But those are key foundations to any jiu-jitsu game. And when you don't focus on that and you just say, I'm going to go for a guillotine, well, how the hell do you go for a guillotine? How do you get to the guillotine? There's so many other questions before saying, I'm going to go for a guillotine. People think it's just that easy. I'm going to choke them out. How are you going to get to my neck? You're just going to walk up and give me a nice little hug and, okay, I'm going to choke you out kind of thing? It doesn't work like that. There's a lot involved, a lot of skill sets besides the basics. But to get there, again, I'm just starting jujitsu. Even if I got my blue belt, I don't feel any magic powers kind of thing. That I'm still like, right. If anything, I'm excited. I'm super excited, not because I got my blue belt. It's because again I did this exam that challenged me. Because when I was I was a little bit depressed at one point because there's those blues that you go through, like I'm gonna quit, right? And myself and my good buddy Will, we were only doing no gi, so there wasn't really like a belt system. So I would ask my coach, probably once every 6 months or something, or 3 to 6 months, like, is there ever gonna be like a belt system for the no gi? And he said yes, there will be. And I was like, I think I was just like running out of patience, and I was getting frustrated. Like, oh, I really wanted the belt kind of thing, but the belt again wasn't gonna change anything for me. And when I finally got when I remember Coach Carl came up to me, he's like, Marco, there's gonna be a belt exam for no gi in about a month or so from now, a month or two. I'm inviting you. If you're ready, you can do it. If not, I can come back later in the year. And my response was like, let's do this. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And after all that adrenaline, I'm like, holy shit, exam? An exam for jiu-jitsu? What the hell is this? Like multiple choice? Probably not. But then I started getting super nervous. And before my exam started, let's say 2-3 weeks before my exam, I was so stressed. To give you an example, I work in IT. I deal with a lot of issues on a daily basis. Be very stressful. You got passwords, make sure everything's working, make sure the team's working, everyone's happy. It could be very stressful. I'm not stress my job. I love my job. I really do. Even with all that stress. This jiu-jitsu exam stressed me the fuck out. Lost sleep. Was only thinking about it. I was like, I'm gonna fail. Even though I knew I had an okay jiu-jitsu game, I just psyched myself out. I'm gonna fail because I haven't done an exam, a real exam, in like 15, 16 years. I'm 38. The last exam I did was like in college. Eons ago. So the word exam freaked me the hell out. And it turns out after a while, the more I stressed, the more I studied. And I'll be honest, the last 2 weeks, I really dedicated myself to studying. Like I knew all the movements. Sometimes I'll just mix up the names. And that's what screwed up my game and my mentality. I'm like, oh fuck, what's this? No, what the Lahiva? Oh no, shit, it's reverse the Lahiva. What? And you just play these little mind tricks in your head. But the thing is, the more I studied, the more reviews I did, because on our gym we actually have our coach records all the movements, and it's really awesome. So it's like a database of everything he teaches. So even if I went to class and I know it, you can just go online and look at those. And I was just like constantly reviewing, then also going to class sometimes with my buddy Will, and we're just drilling the sheet, like going through everything. First time I did, I'm like, okay, I'm nervous. But then the second, third, fourth time, fifth time, the more we did that sheet and we just kept on drilling, it's like it just became easier and easier and easier. And towards the end, I would say I knew about easily 90% of the stuff. But I was such a perfectionist that I wanted to get it like 100%. And that's what stressed me out because I love jiu-jitsu. I want to be like on the ball. And when I did the jiu-jitsu exam, I think it was like, okay, it felt like an eternity. I don't even know how long it was. An hour, 2 hours. I was sweating. I felt like as if I did like a couple of rounds, but we were sweating. Probably because of the nerves as well. My coach told us, just relax, calm the fuck down, kind of thing. Like, you guys, it's okay to make mistakes, kind of thing. No perfections. As soon as he said that, it's like, okay, stress going down. Couple of rounds, did the warm ups, all that stuff. Every attack that we wanted to do, everything just got better and better and better, and it felt good in the end. And then I got the magical blue belt, and all the stress went away. Whew, disappeared from my stomach. But now I'm excited. Again, I did it. And this exam, which I thought was so dumb, I thought it was dumb. Like, what? Some schools just get their belts and get their stripes or whatever. Can't we just like do that? I like that. I am so against that now because this test challenged me to take the notes, to put in the time, and to read every move. And now if I'm going tonight to Jiu-Jitsu no-gi, I already have a better game plan than like weeks ago. Because I already know what I'm going to do, what move I'm going to do, how to do it, how to transition properly. Like all these key mistakes that can make you lose rounds. Hand positioning. Oh, I shouldn't put my like. You forget this when you roll. If you just go to a class and just do rolling nonstop and no techniques, you're not gonna learn anything. You're learning to get smashed, and after a while, maybe you'll learn. But doing this exam was like the best thing in the end. I'm so proud I did the exam. My buddy Will help me out too, and it was like this is so easy. Like we're gonna get this. Like, and the day before the exam, we're like, okay, it's exam day tomorrow. Let's just go get this belt and finish our weekend. That was the attitude at the end because it was so like we knew everything. There was like no doubt in our mind. We're just still nervous, excited, but like I knew I was getting my belt without sounding conceited because I knew mostly everything on that paper. And challenging yourself is so important today. You can't just like again quit and give up on it. So if I can leave on a note, the best thing for anyone starting jiu-jitsu, and what's this role going to take me on now, is I got blue belt. Big fucking tickle. Doesn't mean anything. I still have a lot to learn. Jiu-jitsu is endless, even at black belt. It's endless. And I'm super excited to go to class tonight. I can't wait to start mastering my craft now, even better now. And that's it. Just don't chase belts, people. The time will come. Belt or not, doesn't mean I'm invincible. I want people to understand a white belt could beat up a blue belt or a purple belt. It could happen. It does happen. I can get something by a white belt tonight if I want. Like, not if I want, but it could happen if I'm not using my proper game or my focus or the proper techniques. I can lose a round. It could happen. So there's no magical powers to any belts. It's just a belt is a dedication of your jiu-jitsu. That's all it is. I've dedicated a good amount of time to say I am now worthy of a blue belt. And that's freaking awesome. So here's to my next belt, but I don't really care about it right now. So until then, I'm just going to keep on getting better. Guys, anyone who want to start jiu-jitsu, please just give it a shot. Give yourself 3 to 6 months. That's it. 3 to 6 months. See how you feel. And if you're getting better 1% every day, well, that's good, man. That's all. Challenge yourself. All right. That's my rant for blue belt today. Thanks for tuning in. And also, again, guys, special thank you to the good people at X Martial and Higher Health Canada and USA. Special code BJJ Tech Nerd. That's one word, BJJ Tech Nerd. All right, guys. Have a good one. Us.